Hello everyone and welcome to Crash Landing. Now this is a 1.6.4 hardcore questing mod pack, and we are going to be playing this to see if we can beat the quests and everything like that. We don't have much time to really dilly-dally around here. First day is just absolutely brutal. So what we're going to do here first, we're going to dig a little bit of this dust. This is from Nihilo, and it is one of the key mods in this mod pack. And then we're going to quickly run over here and we are going to close up this, well, there's blazing pyrotheum coming out of this. And so we're quickly going to come over here, we're just going to drop some dust here, and this will close this up so that blazing pyrotheum goes away. Must have had some mobs already here. But so one thing that we want to avoid doing here, which is something that I just did, is jumping and things like that. So the first thing we're going to do is just collect a little dust here. And once we get some dust collected, then we'll start taking a look at our quest book, which is going to give us some advice and tips on what we need to be doing next. We're going to try to dig a little bit around this is a crashed ship or shuttle or something like that, whatever you want to call it. And this part right here is one of our engines, and it has broken off. So we're going to quick run inside the ship, just block this up. And I just want to see here, can I? Yes, I can break this glass with my hands. So we're going to go ahead and instead of putting dust here, we're going to put this dark glass over the entrance. Kind of like this idea a little better. We can see outside this way. And really, I probably should put that out one more block, just to give us a little more room and make it a little easier to kill spiders later on, because we are going to have to be killing spiders later. So we're going to close that up, and now we're going to take a look at our quest book. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab some... oh, excuse me! I'm going to grab a few things from over here. We need our sieve. I guess we probably should grab that crafting table as well. Or crafting station, I guess it is. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and toss this down here, toss this down here. Now we're going to take a look at our quest book. And I may just have to play that some other time. But, so we're going to get in here. So the first thing we need is gathering supplies. Well, that is a mess. Grab what you can from the wreck and watch out for the detached engine. The core has been breached and fuel is leaking. So we need to get 2 fluid transposers, which, whoops, I pressed the wrong button, which are right here in the wall. So we're going to pop these out, and we'll just go ahead and claim that reward. That gives us a camel pack, 2 cold water bottles, and a water bottle. And so now we will go ahead and take this camel pack and put some water in it. And I guess, let's see here. Yeah, okay. Got to remember how to do that. You hold W and then click, and it will automatically do that. So one of the things you'll notice down in the lower left corner is a temperature and... oh, it's already nighttime. So the server's time was a little bit off based on when I started. But so in the lower left corner we have 2 bars. One of those is for our temperature, and one of them is for our hydration. So hydration is a very big deal in this game. If you get dehydrated, you will die almost immediately. So water is very important. I'm going to let that get just a little bit higher, and then we're going to take that camel pack back off, because we don't want to waste that water. And since it's nighttime, we won't be using much. The temperature, the outside temperature is the 2 black dots on the top bar, and right now the outside temperature is lower than our temperature of our body. So now we'll go back and take a look at what we've got here. So we've got the very basics. So as part of my function, I can replicate needed items if provided with the raw materials. My capacity is limited at this point, so I can't provide much. Sift some of the dust to get some bone meal. With that, 1 dust and a bottle of water, I can provide you with the essential survival material, which that's going to give us some dirt, which is pretty important, and we will also get 2 water bottles back from that. So we're going to quick sift a little of this dust that we picked up. And what we're looking for is just a little bit of bone meal. Now we're getting all kinds of ore dusts here and small stones, and these are all going to be critical to our survival. So I think that was just some bone meal. Yeah, it was. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and manually submit this and claim our reward. So that'll give us some more water. Now we've got drinking mud. Now water is scarce. In a pinch, you can get water from dirt. One bottle and one dirt, and there you go. This isn't very healthy, but if you don't have a choice. So we need one dirty water bottle, and that gives us one dirt and one water. So it says one bottle and one dirt. That'll give us a dirty water. Then we're going to go ahead and manually submit this, claim our reward, so we'll get our dirt back. So that's good, because dirt is very critical. So now we'll go ahead and look at what else we got here. So we have the easy route and the hard route. So these are just for your starting goods. The hard route gives us a birch and a spruce sapling, just a little bit of bone meal, and one needle gun ammo. The easy route gives us an oak sapling, a birch sapling, more needle gun ammo, more bone meal, some peanut butter and jelly, a shell constructor, and a leadstone energy cell. So I think we're going to go on the hard route just to make the game a little more difficult. So now we have purified. Dirty water is useful in a pinch, but for long-term survival you need a way to purify it. Fire will work nicely. Drop the dirty water bottle into a furnace, apply heat, get clean water. Science. So this wants one clean water bottle. We happen to have several of those in our inventory. This is going to give us a cold water bottle and 4 glass bottles. Alright, so then we have tools of the trade, which we are not quite ready for this because we're going to need some bones for this bone crook. We need some cobblestone for the stone hammer. So we won't be able to go on to that. We have desperate times, which we need 2 salt first. So we're going to go ahead and sieve a little bit more dust here, see if we can get some salt. Now one thing that I have noticed here, in earlier versions of this mod pack, there was a scrolling set of text on the lower right hand side of the screen that would tell us what we were picking up. And I noticed that is not active. Now that may just be a setting that I have for the client here, or it may be something on the server. I am unsure on that. But made it nice before you could very easily figure out whether or not you had the items that you needed. So we're just going to sieve a bit more of this dust, and we're going to see where are we at here now for salt. We've got 4 salt, so let's take a look at the quest book. So now we want rotten flesh. They want 1 rotten flesh, and then desperate measures, which wants 1 zombie jerky. So okay, combine 1 rotten flesh with 2 salt, and you have something edible, barely. Well, it will keep you alive long enough to find something better at least. So let's go ahead and take 2 salt. And this is just shapeless crafting, it doesn't matter. And we get our zombie jerky. So now that'll give us 4 more zombie jerky, so that's good. So at this point, I think we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of digging. I'm just going to break this glass. And actually, I think what we'll do, we'll break this, put this dark glass right here, and we're going to go ahead and start digging underneath the ship if we can. So we're going to once again try this. Okay, so that was a flying spider, but he was not able to get to us. So we're just going to work on kind of getting a little spot that we can get across the front of the ship here. Alright, so this should be enough room for us to kind of get a little bit of a staircase going down. Oh, we don't want to do that one. So we're just going to try to get underneath the front of the ship here. Dig a little bit more dust here. So this will get us underneath the front of the ship. And this will allow us to get some dust during the night. And my ultimate goal here is to be able to have my trees growing here underneath. And so we'll just work on digging out underneath the ship here until daytime comes. And that'll be pretty obvious because the mobs will start burning. So I'm going to work on that, and when daytime comes around, I will come back. So it's now daytime. We have, by looking at the mini-map, we have a few creepers. Looks like, a flying spider and a few endermen still running around outside. So what I'm really trying to do here, I want to get one more glowstone. And I suppose we could just take these fluid transposers and drop them back into the wall here for now, just so that we have one more spot. So I want to get at least one block of glowstone. I would really like to light up the area that I have mined out underneath the ship in the course of the night. So that was Yellorium, not glowstone. So we have in this pack big reactors, which is something that haven't really seen many people get into in this pack. It's kind of a tough mod to get into. It takes a lot of resources that are hard to find. But I think we're going to try to get into that as soon as we can. Let's see here. Nope, still don't have enough glowstone. I really don't want to leave that area dark, because if I run off and mobs spawn down there, that's not going to be good. Well, we're going to have to give it a shot. So what we're going to do... Whoops, I don't want to put that there. I want to put this there. Well, no, I actually want to keep that on me. So we're going to open this up here and drop in a little bit of our water bottles, our cold water bottles, and our glass bottles. That should give us a little bit more inventory space. We'll grab this stuff real quick, and we're going to break our way out of here and get rid of this spider here. Oh, there's more than one. Well, they're both flying spiders, so that's good. The tough spiders are the ones that I would not want to see here. That's a regular spider, so that's not that bad. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now I think everything is probably despawned. No, not quite. Okay, well, let's get away from that creeper. We'll just see if we can maybe pick up a little bit of stuff here. So this entire world is dust, or pretty much. So that's not a good thing. So we're just going to pick up a little bit of stuff here. We got some arrows, some feathers. Just try to get a little bit of resources here from the surface, and then we're going to retreat back inside. I know my hydration is starting to drop, so pretty soon here I'm going to have to get that camel pack back on. So we're going to go ahead and close this back up. And now what my goal here is to get a 5x5 space underneath the ship. And I think I'm 6 tall, and that should be a great deal plenty to grow a tree down there. I think a 5x5 is a large enough area to grow a tree. And that way we don't have to worry about mobs bothering us or anything like that. And if everything works well, we probably won't have to go outside for some time. I mean, we will have to collect mob drops from time to time, but in general, we're probably not going to be doing much outside here at the beginning. So let's just see here. Have we gotten that? Yes, we did get that 4th glowstone dust finally. So next thing that we want to do is get down here underneath the ship and place down this glowstone dust, because it's very important that mobs don't spawn down here. So I got to dig out just a little bit more here. I'm pretty close to that 5x5 space. I've got almost a 4x5. And so I'm going to dig out this 5x5, and we're going to try planting our first tree down here in just a little bit. So I will be back when I'm ready. So I think we're ready to give this a shot on our very first tree here. So I have a 5x5 space. I believe this is 6 tall. And of course we get bone meal from sieving the dust, so we're just going to try to bone meal this tree here. And this is not looking good. I may have to go down one more block. So that's not that big of a deal. And so I guess if we have to do that, that's no problem. Now I know for a fact that an oak tree will grow in this space, but I've never actually tried it with a birch tree, so I hope that this works. I guess if we have to make it bigger, we have to make it bigger. Now unfortunately, right now I have just used up the last of my made zombie jerky. So, there we go. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take these 2 bottom blocks off of this tree. And what we're going to need to do is make ourselves a crook. And the crook increases the chances of saplings being dropped, so that's a very critical thing at this particular moment in time, because we don't dare lose our sapling. If we lose our sapling, there's no way to get it back. So we got 4 crooks there, and yeah, it looks like the camel pack is empty, but we're doing okay at the moment. So, well, wow, we're getting a lot of saplings here. How many was that? That was 4 already. So what we're going to be doing here for a little while is doing this. We're going to try to just keep making some trees and stay alive for a little bit. We can compost the saplings to get dirt. But I think what we're really going to do is try to get some iron and make some shears, because if we shear the trees we can make dirt a lot faster, and I think we can run the... Oh, we don't have any inventory space. But yeah, I think we can run the... Oh, whatever... I can't think of it. The leaves through the fluid transposer, and we will get water, and we have a chance of getting saplings as well. So we're just going to do a little bit more work here, try to get some more of this stuff going, and once I get a little bit further along here, I'll bring you back, give you an update. So we are at a point now that we can make a little bit of progress. So I have 6 pieces of cobblestone. I've made that with these little stones you get just in a 2x2 pattern, and it makes a cobblestone. So I'm going to take these and turn them into cobblestone slabs. And this allows me to make a cobblestone furnace. Now, a big mistake by a lot of people playing this map is to put this furnace near where they do most of their work. And this thing puts off a lot of heat, so we don't want it anywhere near where we're going to be. So I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this block out right here. Oh, I wasn't able to grab it. Come on, hurry. Get this stuff all straightened back out. So I'm going to place it right here, and you'll notice immediately my heat goes way up, and as I back away from it, you know, over here by where I'll be sieving, the temperature is low again. So that's what I want to see. So what I'm going to do here, I have 4 pieces of iron dust. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to make some sticks. So 2 sticks will cook one item, so 8 sticks will cook all 4 of these. Now, when the furnace is on, it's even hotter yet, but just its regular idle time, the temperature is very high. So we're going to let that cook, and that will allow us to make some shears. Now you'll see in my inventory I already have 15 birch saplings. I have grown a couple of trees, and it seems to be working pretty good growing these trees underneath the ship. So once we get that iron, we will shear the trees and start getting leaves instead of saplings. And thanks to some little tweaks to the game, we still get saplings as well. So that's good. One thing that I do think I am going to do here real quick is just turn the sounds down a little, because those spiders are going to drive me insane otherwise. And so, let's see, our temperature has dropped back down, so we are finished here. So we've got our 4 iron, and I'm just going to make 1 shear here to start out with. And so we're going to drop off our dusts here. If I can get it to work here. And we'll drop that off here too. Oh, I missed one here. Alright, so now we're quick going to go down here and grow a tree. I kind of adjusted this front piece of the ship a little bit more, give me a little bit more room. Okay, well, we have a tree down here. So we're going to go ahead and shear all these leaves off of it. And you notice I'm getting quite a few saplings. I've got 18 saplings there. So we can always turn these saplings into something useful too. But that gave me, I've already got 51 leaves, and it takes 10 leaves to make a bottle of water in the fluid transposer. So this is going to solve our water problems, and that's good because right now we have literally no water. I mean, we still have some cold water bottles, but we can't put those in our camel pack, and they don't do a lot for us. So we're going to plant another tree here. We've got 54 leaves. That'll keep us busy for a little while. Before we get really going on this, we're going to set this fluid transposer to doing nothing. Okay, we got to run over here. We have a leadstone flux capacitor, and the game just lagged a little for me. So we're going to put this flux capacitor in here. We are going to take 30 leaves and drop those here into the fluid transposer. We're going to change it to fill. So, or empty, I guess. So it's going to fill up this internal tank with water for us. You can see now we have 100 millibuckets. So every 10 leaves is going to give us a bucket. And now the 8 leaves that we have left, we're going to take the wood that we have here, and we are going to make some birch barrels. And now these will allow us to compost this dirt, and I don't want 6 of them, I only want 3. So this will allow us to compost this dirt, or leaves into dirt. So the 24 that I have left will make exactly 3 batches of dirt, and that will allow us to get going on more trees, farming, all kinds of things like that. So we're at 700 millibuckets. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the other leadstone flux capacitor that we have here, and we're going to drop that into this machine. We're going to set it to there. Now this one's going to be trying to put water from the tank into something, and it should be accepting the water from this one as soon as I set this to export. So now we have water going in there, and just curious, can we put the camel pack in here? No. Okay, so that won't allow us to fill the camel pack. But we can take our water bottles here, and we can drop in all of these water bottles, and they will start filling now for us. Now, the water bottles won't stack, unfortunately, but so basically we'll always have a water bottle here. So we can take our water bottle and our camel pack, and there we go. Then we'll just drop that water bottle back in there. Now, this is going to utilize a lot of our water, unfortunately. And actually, I think here what we'll do now, we've got one there. So we're going to shut this off on its settings real quick, because now we have a quest that is going to ask us for a bucket of water. So we are going to go ahead and, this isn't going to work too good because we have a whole bunch of power in here now. And I'm actually going to pull that flux capacitor out of these, and we may just have to break one of these, but we do have our dirt. That's good. So I'm going to go ahead and break these back up, at least temporarily. Not sure where we're going to put all this stuff. I mean, this is all temporary here at the beginning. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to punch this factory block away, which is unfortunate, but we don't have a pick yet. So that will work. These factory blocks are pretty easy to find later on in the game, so it's no big deal. So we are going to put this quest delivery system underneath that, and we're going to take a look at our quest book. So in the quest book, Whoops, hit the wrong button. Okay, so in basic survival, we are going to take a look here. Now we have the purified is complete. We have sapping the saplings. I have found a way to get water. If you drop saplings in the liquid transposer, you will get a little bit of water out of them, 1/10 of a bucket. Remember, you can power the transposers with the flux capacitors in your emergency supply chest. Make sure you do not use up all your saplings. So we have a little bit better way to do that. We are using leaves instead of the saplings, but so we need 1 bucket of water to be put into the QDS. So we are going to select this task and right-click on the QDS. So now that is set up. We have 1 bucket of water in here. We are going to tell this to export that to the bottom. And you'll see the mushroom disappears there, and this is complete. That gives us 2 water bottles. So that's good. So now we have a few more quests here. What has gone before, we're not going to worry about this just yet. We'll worry about that when we get a little bit of tools going on that we can go out and kill these mobs with. Even more desperate. Okay, well, zombie jerky on its own probably isn't enough. If you are in dire enough straits, almost anything looks edible. Don't forget, you can craft a frying pan out of bones. Don't ask me how that works. Silkworms come from hitting leaves with a crook. Right-click the ground with your frying pan and drop in the worms and fuel of some sort. Well, we can cook that in our furnace over there, but we need 1 cooked silkworm, and that is going to give us a rice seed. So that'll be good. That'll give us something that we can use for food for a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and redo our camel pack here, and we'll drop these bottles all back in there again. So we need to get ourselves a silkworm, and I don't think I have one yet. No, I don't. So once again, we have a sapling down here, or a tree, and I'm not going to worry about getting that silkworm just yet. We need water more than we need the silkworm at this particular moment in time. So we will go ahead and break this tree down, and I am going to go ahead and try to get that silkworm. Once I get that cooked silkworm, I will bring you back. Alright, so we now have our cooked silkworm. So we want to make sure that we don't eat that. So we have our cooked silkworm, and we're going to manually detect this, and that will give us our rice seed. Now another thing that we have here now, and we are getting really low on food, I sieved the 3 pieces of dirt that we had, and I got an acorn. Oh, I guess I get to keep that cooked silkworm. That's good. So the acorn gives us an oak tree. So we don't have any dirt right now, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and place down a couple of these barrels. I made a chest for my sieving. And we are going to compost a couple of more sets of leaves here. And then we're going to put the rest of these leaves into this fluid transposer. Now, as you can tell, our first leadstone flux capacitor is empty. So this is going to be kind of important that we get some power generation really, really soon. Now, we can do that with a survivalist generator, and when we do that, we're going to go ahead and move these fluid transposers over here closer to the wall as well. Now, one thing that we can get going on right away here is we need to get some Tinker's Construct stuff going. So while we're waiting on our dirt to compost, we're going to make a whole bunch of sticks, and that will allow us to make some patterns. Now, what we need here, we need a crafting table, we need a log, and a plank. So we need our pattern, and a crafting table gives us a tool station. A plank gives us a stencil table. A log gives us part builder. And then we also need to make I don't have enough planks currently. So we're going to go ahead, what am I doing? I don't know. We're going to go ahead and just turn the rest of these into this. And we're just going to make a few chests here. We'll need a lot of chests later on, so we're going to make one more here, and that will give us the pattern chest. And then we will make a few more patterns here. We're going to have to eat that silkworm here in just a second, because we are out of everything else. So we'll eat this silkworm. It doesn't give us much, but it gives us something. So now we are going to go ahead and pull the rest of these leaves out of here. And we're going to grab our water bottles here. And, well, actually, no, we're going to go ahead and set this up like we had it before. We're going to put those leaves back in. This one we'll set to allow the water in, because we need some water now too. I think our camel pack is empty. Where is our camel pack? There it is. No, it's not empty actually. So we'll go ahead and get that going. What are we waiting for here? We had dirt. Yeah, we got our dirt. And through the wall here, there does happen to be... Oh, well, we can't get to it right now. There does happen to be a water source back here, so I'm pretty sure... I probably shouldn't put that right there. I'm pretty sure that we can set this here. But now what we need to do is we need to set down all of this Tinker's stuff. So we need these to be set down here. And we are going to put down our stencil table, then our pattern chest, then the part builder, and then the tool station. And there's a reason to put them in this order. So the first thing we don't need the tool rod pattern right now because we can just use a stick. Okay, we need our shovel head, and we need the axe head. Those are our two most important ones at this particular moment in time. And we are going to use bone meal to make these. We're going to make a bone shovel head, and we are going to make a bone axe head. Now, I think that was required on the tools of the trade, so we'll manually detect those so that those are taken care of. Now we'll come in here and we will make a mattock. So we need a stick, an axe head, and a shovel. That'll make us a mattock. And now we should be able to till this, and we can plant our rice. So, okay, I forgot to grab the bone meal back out. Or did I run out of bone meal? Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, well, I'm going to have to quickly sieve some more dust if I can quickly do it. Let's see, did I have any? No, I didn't. Okay, so I need some bone meal very, very desperately. So I'm going to hope to get some bone meal here right away. Okay, I've got one. I need at least two. Okay, there's two. I'd like to see a bit more than that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to harvest that rice and make some rice cakes, and that will be running them through the furnace. That will give us just a little bit more hunger. I think it's 1 hunger each, or 1 ham each for the rice cakes. There we go. There's 4. So hopefully this will give us enough. So we don't have to replant this, which is nice. So there's 2 of those. We'll make another set of sticks and drop those in the furnace. And toss in our rice. So that'll make us some rice cakes. We have a little bit of saturation from eating that silkworm. And here in just a bit, I went ahead, I got 2 silkworms, so I put a second silkworm on a birch tree downstairs. And I'm hoping that'll give us a whole bunch more silkworms because we just need more food. Anything that we can get. So yeah, these will give us 1 hunger each. So we'll go ahead and eat those, and at least now we're not starving, we're just hungry. So let's go ahead and go downstairs and take a look at our birch tree, see what it looks like. Well, if we can go down. Okay, so this looks like it's completely infested. So we have 1 crook left, so this will give us a bunch of string, and hopefully we can get some silkworms out of this as well. Now our crook is going to break here really soon. But then we can plant our oak tree, and that will give us a possibility of getting apples, which that will be great. That'll give us another food source. So I did put in this ladder here for the simple reason that jumping is very expensive for hunger. So we're going to go ahead and quickly put a water bottle into our camel pack so that we can get our hydration up and our temperature down. And then we need to make a few more crooks. And we'll make 3 more. And we'll drop off our dust and stuff from our sieving. Okay, so got a little bit of inventory control taken care of. Get down here and just knock the rest of these leaves down. So I'm going to just clean this birch tree up, and I think I got 2 silkworms already. I'm going to clean this tree up a little bit and plant that oak, and hopefully we can get an apple when we harvest that. And when we get that apple, then we will combine the apple with an oak sapling. That'll give us a Pam's Harvest Craft apple oak, and that will give us another food source. And we'll be looking into the quest for more food sources here in just a little bit. I do have to get a little bit of my food and water situation under control first, though. So we're going to go ahead and grab this acorn, plant that, and no bone meal. So we'll just let that grow on its own. Go ahead and get up here again. And now our next step, we need a lot of cobblestone. So let's see how much cobblestone we can make here. This will make 8. That is not enough. That is enough to make our furnace so far. So we're not quite enough to make our generator yet. So we're going to have to hope that we can get enough power from these flux capacitors to make it here. We need at least, I think, 5 more pieces of cobblestone to make a survivalist generator from extra utilities. So I'm going to do what I can here to get some more cobblestone, and I will be back when I'm ready to build that generator. Alright guys, well I've been sitting here sieving dust for a little while, and I now have the 13 cobblestone that I need to make this survivalist generator. So the first thing we need to do is make a furnace, and then we need on top of that a piece of iron, make a cobblestone hat shape, and then 2 redstone. And that will make our survivalist generator. Now, I am really hoping that this is able to power those directly, but what I'm going to have to do is get some more leaves, drain all the power out of this particular fluid transposer by turning those into water, the leaves into water, and then I'll try to move that probably over here where the needle gun is hanging. But been looking at the time that we've got here, and it looks like I am out of time, so it looks like we've got our water situation under control. We have our food situation under control. Now, if you're not familiar with Nihilo, or, well, however you pronounce that, it also will give us raw fish from sieving dust. So I've had a couple of pieces of raw fish that I've cooked already, and that gives us 1 hunger each. We also get eggs from this, but I'm not sure if throwing an egg will actually give you a chicken, so I haven't tried that at all. I have 3 cooked silkworm in my inventory. I have a rice cake, so our food is looking pretty good. I do have a water bottle, but our camel pack is currently empty. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that up real quick. But, so yeah, we've pretty much got everything under control at this moment in time, so I think we're going to call the episode over here. So, yeah, thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you enjoyed the episode and that you'd like to see me continue on with this series. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more Minecraft, and don't forget to check out my Ark videos as well. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!